Here is part 2 of my trip on Mckendree Road from Thurman to Prince. Of course, part 2 is from there to Prince. Part 1 is from Thurman to there. And this is the part where it gets very scary because the road was very icy. It's weird because between Thurman and there you see a little bit of snow here and there, but Mckendree Road didn't really get snowy and icy until we got past there. Where the road gets rough is where there's a lot more snow on the ground. Of course, something I'd like to point out, if you pay very close attention to these videos, you'll notice a lot of snow in Thurman, and between Thurman and there, very little snow, except for a few passes here and there, but between there and Prince, there's a lot of snow. To get close to Princeton, there's no snow. It's weird the way the snow is falling on the mountains here. How there'll be a lot of snow in one spot and not a lot in the other parts. I think it has something to do with all these snow squalls coming through, where you get a bunch of snow in one spot and no snow in another spot. Of course, the New River Gorge is very good about getting small amounts of snow, and everywhere else around here gets a lot of snow. Just like to point that out, it's very interesting. Here, leaving Thayer, West Virginia. There's the old postmaster's house, by the way. Not much left, the whole side is caved in. But I do have a video from years ago where I walked around up on YouTube, probably earlier this year. Or maybe it's last year. But anyhow, I filmed the video there like at least 10 years ago or more. Back then the house was a lot better shape. It's still really bad shape then, but it was a lot better shape than it is now. I think there used to be more houses through here at one time. There's a stop sign. There's a sign up here that basically warns you about how rough the road gets. Once you get past here, the road gets very rough. If you don't have a high off the ground four-wheel drive vehicle, you're not going to get very far, just saying. And watch how snowy and icy the road gets up through here. It gets very snowy and icy. It's weird that between Thurman and there there's very little snow, but there's a decent amount of snow in Thurman. Then up through here there's a lot of snow. Of course, once we got up this way, we realized that there wasn't much you could do to turn around, so we had to keep going. So we had to stick to it and keep going. The only choice we had. Well, there might have been a turnaround spot or two, but we didn't find very many. That's the only bad thing. You run into another vehicle on this road, it's very hard to turn around and get around them, I would say. I think we passed 200 vehicles that was sitting on the side of the road. So that was interesting. And yes, we do sit here for a minute before we start going. Yeah. Mike Hunt said it was his bucket list to drive from Mckendree Road from Thurman to Prince. We did it. Wasn't easy, but we made it. And it makes for entertaining videos too, I must say. I'm glad that we made it though. And I definitely want to do that again sometime because that was a lot of fun. Of course, do it again in the spring and summertime when there's not snow and ice everywhere. Probably never try to attempt this in the snow again. It was quite scary. Nope, there's nothing wrong with the audio on your phone here. It's just I had to add audio to this video. It was an amazing view of the mountains here in the snow. Yes, I enjoy the wintertime. I love the snows of winter. And this Jeep done really good, I got to admit. And yes, Elvis Duck enjoyed the ride too. Here's an interesting bridge. One or two parked vehicles we passed, and there's somebody standing there. The second parked vehicle we passed, I'm not sure if I got in the video or not, because I've done a lot of video clips here and had to decide which ones I wanted to put in here, which ones I didn't want to put in here, just to keep the videos from getting too long. Oh, by the way, I'd like to point out, I found out a little bit more history about Mckendree after I'd done my video from Mckendree Hospital. I talked about how it was built in 1901 and closed in 1941. Turns out it stayed in in 1941 is the year it closed as a hospital, but the building was converted into a retirement home. I forget the name of it, but I found out from after it closed in 1941 up until 1959 it was used as a retirement home. In 1959 it was shut down completely. And by the 1960s it was removed and demolished. But it's interesting, from 1941 to 1959 it became a retirement home for senior citizens. I learned that. I found out that information after I'd done my video on Mckendree. Or I would have added that in my history video, but it's kind of one of those things I found out about after the fact. That's the only bad thing about doing this walking history tour video, is you'll learn a lot and you'll work so hard on them, only to find more information after you get done with the videos. Oh well, stuff you always add in later videos. I know closer to spring, I'll be at Mckendree again. I have no problem walking back there. Who knows, maybe we will go in the vehicle here. Maybe me and Mike will take the vehicle up Mckendree Road again. And this is a very scary road. You got the mountain on one side and a big old drop on the other side. But it was a lot of fun. Yes, I had to add that in the video for suspense. Yes, this is a beautiful drive. You know, the best time of year, I think, to drive Mckendree Road, if we do it again, the best time of year would definitely be October. Of course, I'm a long ways from October now, considering it's December when we filmed this video. Coming around the salt curve here. Yeah. And there was one part where we stopped and there was a train going by, which was quite comical, because right over the hillside where the railway tracks are, there was a train. Just a long empty coal train, nothing spectacular. I don't know, by the way, I kind of wonder if there's any towns between Mckendree and Prince, or as I say, between Mckendree and Thayer, and between Mckendree and Prince, because between Thayer and Prince, Mckendree is the only place I know of. But I've seen evidence between Mckendree and Prince that something else could have been there, like another community. Although there might have been a few farms or something, I don't really know. According to my research, after you pass there, you don't pass any more mining towns until you get to Quinamont. That's the next mining town. Because Mckendree and Prince were never mining towns. I'd like to point that out. shows how deep the snow is. It's a good 2 or 3 inches deep here, and the road is solid ice. That made for interesting triathlon, just saying. Of course, once you get close to Prince, you don't see much. Yep. It's amazing how deep the snow is here and how there's no snow down the road here. Those of you who followed this video all the way to the end, because it is a 40-minute long, well, 41-minute long video, counting the outro added to the video. Those, you're definitely loyal subscribers. Yes, I will be doing more training videos in the future and more walking tour videos, but no more driving Mckendree Road in the snow videos. This might be my one and only. Not my one and only video on Mckendree Road, because given the opportunity and better weather conditions, I'll go back here. I know others know this is an amazing road. I think it opened up in 1918, according to what I read online. That's the year the Mckendree Road from Thurman to Thayer was open. Of course, in 1918, that was actually, it made it all the way to Prince in 1918, I mean, not Thurman to Thayer. I think the stretch of Thurman to Thayer might have already been there. So from Thurman to Prince, of course, back then that was the only way to get to Prince. You had to take Mckendree Road or the train. Well, it wasn't the only way. You could take the train too. You could buy a ticket and ride the passenger train to Prince, but you couldn't get there by road because until 1918 there was no roads to Prince, West Virginia. Actually, it might have been, according to the Prince brothers, opened up the general store and actually established a community in the late 1800s. And that was looking at the coal train from top of the mountain, snow and ice covered mountain, looking down. Quite scary when you realize how high you are. Although my trips on the Appalachian Trail have been a lot higher up than that, a lot higher. I've been to places on the trail where it's 500-600 feet down. I don't think that was more than 200 feet down, maybe a little more than that. But I've been those cliffs on the where you look over and you know you got 500 feet or more straight down off the sealed cliff. Not something you want to think about. But I still ain't going to do more trips on the Appalachian Trail. Just let everybody know I'm not going to give up on my dream of hiking the whole Appalachian Trail. I may not through hike it because I can't afford to through hike it until I get the winning Powerball ticket and become a millionaire. Well, actually, I don't know. If I save up, maybe in a couple more years, I might be able to save up enough to through hike. But I got to save up a lot of money to do a through hike. And I have to have the time to do a through hike. But I need to focus on the Mckendree Road videos here. Yes, this was a lot of fun. Well, it was scary too, because this is a very rough road. But at least I got some winter driving scene videos for you, people who like the winter videos. but I know one Christmas song I can sing here. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. Down the road we go, sliding all the way. Wait a minute, did I get it wrong? Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. Down the hills we go, sliding all the way. Okay, I'm trying to remember that song. I know it's like jingle bells, jingle all the way. What fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. I'm trying to remember jingle bells, and my brain is trying to give me the words to the Rusty Chevrolet. Both good songs. I think the Rusty Chevrolet was written by a comedian group. They would probably made that song up making fun of jingle bells. That's what they did. But it's kind of a combination of making fun of jingle bells and old cars. So it's kind of a combination of both, but it was a funny song. Yep, long ways down. Yep. Well, a little bit less ice here, but not by much. Now the fun part of the road is when we get closer to the Prince and you have sheer cliffs on one side of you and straight down drop on the other side. That makes for some very entertaining driving. Well, interesting driving. We'll say entertaining because it's quite scary. Not something I want to do again. Not in the snow and ice anyways, because I'm trying not to repeat myself. Maybe I'll talk my mom and stepdad into that. We might bring the four-wheels and side-by-sides up through here in the spring, of course, because you don't want to go on those in the wintertime. Even though they can handle it, you would freeze to death doing it. Yeah. You know, to keep this video entertaining, I could just share some stories about some of the adventures I've been on over the years. Like earlier this year, for example, when I spent a week on, well, not quite a week in Appalachian Trail. I was supposed to spend a weekend because I fell and hurt myself a little bit. I had to get off a few days earlier than planned. But that was fun, spending the night in 4 Pines Hostel, hiking, trying, and my original plan there was to hike from I forget the name of the road I was get on, but I ended up on Route 42 and hiking in reverse, walking through farmers' fields and across the mountains. Of course, they've seen my videos, they probably know a lot about what I did on that Appalachian Trail. I remember shooting a cow back into the field and getting lost. Of course, I did not include the part of the video where I got lost and spent an hour trying to figure out how to get back to the trail. But I successfully did it. Of course, I'm going to start doing videos and future driving videos. I'm going to do long driving videos like this to keep people entertained. I could just share stories about things that's happened to me. Although, I will admit, spending the week on the Appalachian Trail is a lot of fun. And yes, this road got me thinking about the Appalachian Trail because, yeah, the Appalachian Trail does follow the ridgeline like this. All you do is between the Appalachian Trail and Mckendree Road, you cannot drive a vehicle down that Appalachian Trail. But otherwise not, you are on the side of the mountain like this a lot of places. Of course, a lot of places on the trail takes up to the top of the mountain. There's a beautiful view of the New River. Oh, but by the way, you do cross New River in Virginia in Appalachian Trail, because there's a place in Virginia where you actually cross the New River, then go back up the mountain on the Peters Mountain in Monroe County, West Virginia here. But I'm kind of curious though. If I was spending a week on the Appalachian Trail, I wonder if people would enjoy that, my videos. Well, actually, here's the real question. As we come around this sharp curve, and the big ginormous rocks and cliffs on one side, and a straight down drop on the other side. Here is a thought. If I could cut the money and the resources, and I decided to walk to Harper's Ferry, I wonder how many people would root for me to do that. Of course, I would probably get on in Delville, Virginia, and hike to Harper's Ferry, or get on Harper's Ferry and hike back to Delville. Skip the 80-mile stretch of trail for the most part, I've already done, except for like a 20, 30-mile stretch here and there, which I could do it on a weekend. If I get a 3-day weekend off work, I could do a couple of those stretches. Of course, I'm also thinking about going to Harper's Ferry and hiking up through Maryland and into Pennsylvania. But make a long story short, since Appalachian Trail's on my brain right now, my very first trip ever doing the section hike at the Appalachian Trail, I got on in Harper's Ferry, spent a few days filming some trains and railroad stuff. Then I decided to hike up to Maryland, realized I wasn't prepared because I didn't have I did not have a sleeping bag, not backpack. I had a backpack with no sleeping bag. And then I realized there was a lot more stuff I needed. Of course, that 3 days I spent in the trail, I learned a lot from some seasoned through hikers. Well, I could say seasoned through hikers because they've been on since Springer Mountain, Georgia, but wasn't complete. Needless to say, I ended up having to buy a lot more stuff. They got on the trail again in March the following year, only to get really bad sick and have to get off. Although my last 3 trips I've had very successful on the trail, was very successful. I'd done a lot of hiking, covered a lot of miles. I managed to cover 60 miles in like 3.5 days, not quite 4 days one time. Of course, a lot of that was flat. Notice how crazy the road gets here. Well, actually, it's been this crazy like this the whole time. The only difference between here and back that way, you could actually see the ground a little bit in spots. So, it's a lot of places along the trail, along the Mckendree Road, that you can see the road, and a lot of places you cannot see the road. That reminds me, there are people who do hike the Appalachian Trail, and they start in January and February. Don't know why, but they do. I find it very interesting that they do. If I ever through hike, I wouldn't start till late March or late April, because you're getting paid enough to through hike in the wintertime. It's just funny that I go Mckendree Road and it's got my brain on the Appalachian Trail. It's amazing Mckendree Road was built to access Mckendree Hospital in 1918. And then you can still drive it to this day. Now somebody does take care of the road through here, because I've noticed spots where there's been rock slides that have been cleaned up. So somebody takes the time to clean them up. They keep the road maintained to a certain extent. They keep it maintained enough to drive on, but not maintained enough where you can take any vehicle you want. Yep. Yep. Well. Okay. Look at all those vines hanging down. Well, you got a lot of trees and multiple vines hanging down with the trees. Yeah, this is another sketchy part of the road, because more areas where you just off the edge of the road, it's a long ways down. We made it, and I got some unusual videos, because everybody's used to my train videos and walking tour videos. This is something different. But it's definitely something fun to do. Something else people might find interesting is I do a lot of hiking trips to these abandoned mining towns, to New Gorge too, and a lot of rail fan trips to Thurman. Of course, you already know about those. Icicles hanging off the side of the mountain, humongous cliffs, rock cliffs. Yes, the road was blasted into the side of the mountain here. They literally blasted the rock facing and smoothed this out to make a road. I think that's how Skyline Drive is in a lot of places. Over in Virginia. That's on my bucket list of places to see, the Skyline Drive. Of course, right now I'm focusing on trying to hike the whole entire Appalachian Trail one piece at a time. And then I'll probably focus on visiting places like Florida and stuff like that. Definitely got a lot of stuff I want to do. Now some trees fell, but it's quite obvious somebody cut them out of the way. But here's the question, see if anybody gets this far, in the comment section. Would you be brave enough to actually drive this road yourself, or sit in the passenger seat of a vehicle while somebody else drives the road? Either way, it's a scary ride, especially in the snow. So I can say that. Yes, the friend I'm with, I trust his driving, but what I do not trust is the road itself. Because I've been with a few different people here. I think years ago I remember going with a friend, long time ago, probably like 10 years ago. It was the last time I followed this road from beginning to end, and I did not have a YouTube back then. So because I didn't have a YouTube, I didn't do any videos, I done some photography work. In fact, I've been looking for a lot of my older photography work to sell, because it sells. I've been taking more modern pictures along with my older photos. So between the modern photos I got and the older photos I got, I've been selling my photography work at the schoolhouse market, which I did the best I can there. Got a little bit of ice hanging off the mountain. As cold as it is, I'm surprised these cliffs didn't have more ice hanging off of them. But here, yep. Of course, the rail line was built the same way. They had to blast the rock facings and blast the side of the mountain to fit the rail line in a lot of places too. Hope everybody's enjoying this video. There's the area where you can tell there's a rock slide and all the rocks have been pushed to the side, because that's a lot of rocks piled up. Rocks ain't going to fall off the mountain and pile the cells up. They're going to scatter abroad and make a big mess. So somebody bought some heavy equipment up there and moved those out of the way. Don't know who, but somebody. Don't think it's the Park Service. Believe it'd be the state and the county. Because even though this is a national park, the road is still a county road. So Fayette County is responsible for maintaining this road, which I must say is quite interesting. The fact that nobody lives between Prince and Thayer, but they maintain the road between Prince and Thayer. Although looking at the West Virginia property view, there are some private property locations there that's not owned by the Park Service. Not sure who owns them, but somebody owns it. I can't remember because I remember looking and forget who owns it. Yep. Looks like that tree is going to fall in the road soon. I can tell it's got a very noticeable list to it. Yes, I'm here at the schoolhouse in Largo while editing the video, so those heaters are very loud and very noisy. But it gets some background noise to the video anyways. So that helps. Here's the area. This might be the area I thought was Mckendree. Or maybe I didn't get the area I thought was Mckendree in the video. There's a grapevine. Something I will do if you made it this far in the video, something I'll announce in the future to make my driving videos more interesting. I think I'm going to do driving videos. Those might be the good time to tell stories about different things. And just there's stories about things, stuff that's happened in my life and about adventures I've been on, even from when I was a kid to now. I need to start doing that, something to make those driving videos more interesting. Because I got to do something. I want to keep them interesting when I do it. Although these won't get a huge amount of views. I know, but I'll thank everybody who watches these. Because after all, my train videos seem to do the best. Well, I don't know if I can say that. It seems like here lately my walking tour videos have been doing slightly better than my train videos, it seems like. A historical walking tours, not by much though, but some of my historical walking tours have done a little better than my train videos, but most of my train videos do very well. I'm paying attention to what videos do good on YouTube. Of course, since I'm a rail fan, I like trains, I continue the train videos for the time being. Well, I wouldn't say for the time being. Probably as long as I have my YouTube, I'll try to get out and do train videos. But I'm going to add other stuff besides my train videos to my YouTube. I think this is, well, almost the part where you had to go back down the mountain to the bottom of the Prince. But I point out there was practically no snow on the ground when we got to the Prince. Yep. One thing for sure, I'm going to be rethinking my driving videos here soon, because I want to make them more entertaining. Although Mckendree Road is probably the most entertaining and exciting driving video I could do. Now that I think about it. Craziest driving video I could do. This is the part where you had to hit the switch back and go down the mountain. Well, close to that part. Wednesdays I'm going to get some pictures of videos and prints with snow in the ground. I got a few videos on my old YouTube. I accidentally locked myself out of for snow in the ground and prints. There's a big fly there. It looks like something used to be there at one time. I don't know what, but something was there at one time. Of course, at that point I'm a long ways from Mckendree. The switchback going down the mountain. The steep descent to the town of Prince at the bottom of the mountain. If you look closely, you can see the river and the rail line way down there. Somewhere in this stretch we saw a bobcat. I think it's just past the power substation. The bobcat, we call him Bob. Yes, that's a power substation for Prince. There ain't a whole lot of people that live in this area. You got a decent amount of people live in Prince still. Then you got a decent amount of people that live on Army Camp Road. But once they get past Prince, there's like nobody lives between Prince and, well, I wouldn't say that. There's a couple people live between Prince and Leyland, but for the most part you don't see anybody. There's the bobcat. There goes Bob. Yep, between Prince and Leyland, I think there's a few houses, because once you passed Prince, you go all the way up to, I think Greentown, the Greentown. I'm trying to think the exact name of the coal camp. There's like, I think 2 houses in a single wide trailer. Then after that, you don't see anybody till you get to Leyland. So it's probably a good 5 or 6 mile stretch, maybe more than that, if nothing but woods. Of course, we get to Prince, it's a high green, but at that point, it was so miserably cold, none of us wanted to wait and see what the train was that was coming. That's getting dark. It was only like 20-some degrees that day. If you noticed, all the snow's gone here. I don't get it. I very rarely see snow in Prince. Oh well. Yes, I'm going to work better on my sound effect videos here. And there you can see the bottom in the main road where a journey comes to an end. Yep, there's the stop sign. And the sign facing us, Mckendree Road, unapproved road. Well, at least I know we got good brakes. There's the bridge over the tunnel. And then the sharp curve coming down to the Amtrak station. And sadly, that building we're about to pass, the Park Service wants to demolish, the old Prince Brothers General Store. I really hope they change their mind and don't demolish it, but they might. Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to Wallace Trains here on YouTube. Oh, by the way, if you watch this video to the very end, comment Oreos in the comment section so I know you watched to the very end.